Hello again, my friends. Happy New Year to you all. February, I know, but I don't think it's too late to say that. Gorgeous day here in Aotearoa, New Zealand. Beautiful day in paradise. And I hope you've all had a very beautiful and very loving Christmas with our wonderful God. I've recently had a lovely week's holiday in a very beautiful part of New Zealand on the east coast of the North Island with a long-term friend who's now a widow and who runs a little farm, a farmlet. She has 11 sheep and 5 alpacas on her farm. And my timing was perfect because I watched the sheep being shorn and then, of all things, the alpacas. And this was the most amazing and interesting experience because the alpacas, as I'm sure you know, are large animals and quite inquisitive and can get quite stroppy. So the man who was shearing them had to tie each one to a huge table, which he then upended, and he did the shearing of the alpaca from the neck, the long neck, right down the body. It was just absolutely amazing. My friend held each alpaca's head and neck and kept it calm, soothed it while the shearing was going on. It was the most fascinating experience, really, I could ever have imagined. Before that, the night before, when they were corralled, waiting to be shorn, I was able to feed them with hay and little pellets and so on, and they were looking me up and down, and it was fantastic for me. And the whole experience I have been reflecting on, really, because it was being with an old friend. I hadn't seen my friend for a number of years. We worked together in psychiatric nursing many years ago. So I hadn't seen her for a while, and I certainly hadn't seen much of her since she was widowed. So it was just lovely for me to be with her. As I reflect on that time, I've been thinking about what a wonderful way to start a year. To be with an old friend, to talk at a level that I can't do very often, because my friend is a very deeply committed Catholic, as I am, and we talked in depth about our mutual love for our God of love. We talked about things like God's cosmic love hitting the cosmic fan. Imagine God's love hitting the fan of our world so that it spreads everywhere in great thick clouds. That's fantastic, isn't it? And so it was a beautiful start to a year, and also for me to be with the animal kingdom, which I don't often get to do. So I had a sense of being confirmed in my own spirituality, being there in a sense of being loved for myself, and being able to love in return, and knowing that God's love is what binds us together. Isn't that wonderful? God's love is what binds us together. And Mary, Mother of Christ, is that link for us, for my friend and myself, because we are both very Marian, we are both very maternal in the way we live our spirituality, trying to be women of love and compassion to everyone we meet. It's a big call, and it's only when being with a friend like my friend that I was staying with that will help each of us to confirm that and to start afresh and to be unafraid to bring God's love as loving women to all the men and women and children we meet in our lives. So, a great start to the year. I look forward to being with you again in a few weeks' time, and in the meantime, go well and go with your God.